Rush. Rush is having a moment right now. Rush is back on tour with a female drummer, and it is going fabulously. And I think because of current ticket prices, it's probably going to be their most lucrative tour ever. Who thought? So my connection with Rush starts in 1994. My good friend Tim Nodder opens the Orbit Room. His partner is Alex Lifeson. My band, The Dexters, is the house band. We play there every weekend for 10 years. It's a B3 bass band. After Neil Peart's tragedies, around 1995, I think, Alex starts coming to the club, and he basically starts sitting in with us every weekend, and he becomes the fifth Dexter. And also, just after that is when Rush, when Neil Peart came back, they released a covers album, and I'd like to think that his time with the Dexters gave him the idea to do a covers album of stuff that they used to do when they were a cover band. In fact, even some of the songs he did with us, he put on the covers album. So anyways, he starts playing with us, and we had some amazing nights, and it started to become famous all through the world with Rush fans. We get people flying in from South America. We get people flying in from Europe of hoping to catch Alex in a 100-seat club. And many of them did, and it was fabulous. We did shows, and it was great. My next gig with Rush was they were doing a concert tour. For those of you who have been to a Rush concert, you know that there are elaborate videos that the band makes, and they're very funny. They're very elaborate, full of special effects, directed by Dale Hislop, does a fabulous job. And they came to me and they said, Lou, we need Spirit of Radio done as a polka, Spirit of Radio done as a country song, all these like 4 or 5 different versions. So I said, yeah, that sounds great. Little footnote here. When I told them what my price was, they just said, no one's going to make out on the Rush gravy train. Meanwhile, it was my normal fee and they refused to pay it. They paid me half of my normal fee, but I did it because of Alex and because it was fun. So anyways, we go into the studio with Geddy because Geddy has to sing these things. But my band, I hire a bunch of guys. We go into the studio. We do Spirit of Radio. Like I said, country, polka, swing, I can't remember. Watch the videos. They're all on YouTube. And one of them was the Clockwork Angels tour. I can't remember what the other one was. Not Time Stand Still. It might have been. I can't think now. But anyways, Geddy came into the studio and he sang Spirit of Radio as a polka and blah, blah, blah. For those of you that don't know, both Geddy and Alex are very funny dudes. And then it was time to induct Rush into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. This was a while ago. This must have been 10 years ago at least. And I was the musical director for that show as well. And we had all kinds of great people doing Rush songs for them. These are what I call my collisions with greatness. Things always went smooth with Alex, and he's a very generous guy. The funniest thing is that at the Orbit Room, I had to pull him aside after 3 or 4 nights and say, Alex, you're used to playing in a trio. You're the only chording instrument in the trio. Here, you got me on organ, you got Bernie on guitar, and you're the second guitar player. So it's like, you just put the icing on top. A lot of people came up to me and said, you said what to Alex Lifeson? You're giving him tips? I said, well, it was my band. Thankfully, Alex took it like a champ. He said, that's a good point. I never thought of that. And he just relaxed. I think maybe the highlight of the whole thing was one night Geddy showed up. It was the only night that Geddy showed up. And Geddy and Alex, along with our drummer, Greg Critchley, played In the Mood to an absolutely crazy going mental crowd, standing on tables, standing on the banquettes. It was something to watch. Some Rush fans have told me that it was the highlight of their entire life, seeing that happen. Seeing Geddy Lee play Peter Cardinelli's teardrop precision bass because the horns were cut off was a sight unto itself. Anyways, the greatest bunch of guys ever. I'm Lou Pomonti. This is Music from the Inside.